Today, we're going to talk about stealth camping and escape and evasion. So, for whatever reason, someone is after you, and you need to go hide somewhere where you can't be found. Well, it's all according to who's looking for you. But if Big Brother is looking for you, the first thing you need to do is get rid of that cell phone, because they'll find you with that cell phone. It's the first thing you need to do is get rid of that cell phone. You can take the battery out. I still think they can find it. You can take the SIMs card out. Still thinking there's a way that they can find it. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But when you're doing escape and evasion, the maybes is what will get you caught. So it's best just to get rid of the thing. Me personally, I would go to a truck stop, get me some Gorilla Tape, and Gorilla Tape my phone to the bottom of one of them semis that I know is going a long ways away. Then they can follow that for a while and buy you some time. Now, the reason why I say the woods is because in the town, cities, there's cameras everywhere. And there's this thing called facial recognition. And you know, that thing even works with a mask on. By your ears and your eyes. It still works, even with a mask on. So I suggest you go out into the woods. Now, here's the thing. If you plan on it, if you are lucky enough to go, in a day or two, they're going to be coming after me. That gives you a good advantage. Like I said, you can go tape your cell phone and get the hell out of Dodge. Now, when you get to the woods, get you an extra pair of socks and put them on the outside of your boots. That way, you don't leave identifiable footprints. Another thing, when you're walking through the woods, try not to bust a trail. Try not to push stuff over, high step. Have the socks over your boots. And don't reach out and grab limbs and trees and stuff like that, because you can break stuff off. Especially if they're if they're on your heels and you reach and grab a tree, however tall that tree is, and it shakes, they're going to look up and see that tree moving and go, oh, there he is. Let's go get him. Now, if it's Big Brother chasing you, you got some real problems. So, and if you have a day or two to prepare, get you some pepper or some cayenne pepper. And where you head into there, to where you plan on going to stealth camping, put some of that pepper on the ground real good. That way, if someone saw you go in there and they get the dogs after you, as soon as the dogs sniff that cayenne pepper, they're done. They're not going to find you, except for by sight. And them dogs will eat your ass. But that cayenne pepper, that'll put a stop to them bloodhounds. That'll put a stop to them tracking dogs. As long as they can't see you. Now, these helicopters nowadays, they got this stuff called thermal imaging, where you can have the best camo in the world, and they'll still be able to see you. But you know, there's ways to beat that also. One way to beat thermal imaging is to get you one of those survival blankets. It's real thin. The problem is they're shiny. So what you got to do, you got to stretch it out, cut you some bushes, lay the bushes over top of it, get under it, and that thermal won't see you as long as you're not touching it. So you got your cayenne pepper you put down, you got your hot spot to hide from thermal. Now when you go to putting bushes on top of your thermal on top of your survival blanket, comes in little packages, really Mylar I believe, but don't cut branches near where you're hiding, because if you get a redneck like me, the all-American prepper boy, the all-American prepper will find you out there in them woods, son, no matter what you do. You better hope you don't have a redneck like me after you, boy, or you gonna get found. But most people, they don't have the skills I have. So with the cayenne pepper, the salt, the socks over your boots, your thermal blanket, don't touch it. Cover it up real good with foliage so there's no reflection, because man, that stuff reflects very well. And the reflection, there he is. So that's just getting started. So we're going to baby step this. And if you're just stealth camping and no one is after you, well, then you don't have to do all that. But I'm talking, well, say, you know, whatever happens and Big Brother's after you, you got to hide your tracks. You better get rid of that phone. Don't call nobody. You know, maybe you need to watch that show Snowden. And that was then. Now, oh man, wow, imagine. And I will tell you something else. If they know you're in a particular plot of woods, they got drones now. You can't even hardly hear them. So I recommend diversion. Make them think you're going somewhere, but really you go not there. That's simple. And if you think you're going to go down to Mexico, well, you better find a country that doesn't bring you back, because most countries, they run your name, they run your prints, and they're going to hold you, and they're going to bring you back. So when you finally get you a spot, and it needs to be near some water, you got to have something to drink, and you need to filter that water. But here's the problem with that. If you build a fire, you are no longer stealth camping. That smoke goes a long ways, and people will smell it. especially if you're in a no burn zone. Then people get paranoid and go, oh my God, the woods are on fire, we got to find it and put it out. So I recommend you bring you some bleach along with you, or some water purification, or some iodine. It's like, if the water's not too disgusting, put you 4 small drops of bleach in a quart of water, shake it up, let it sit a good 30 minutes. You should be okay. Same with the iodine. And same with them water tablets. But you gotta let that stuff sit and shake it up and give it time to work. Because if you start a fire, they're gonna find you. Now, if you're just stealth camping and if you get caught, it's no big deal. Well, there's a thing called a Dakota fire pit. I'll make a video on how to make one of those, and it's really easy, and you really can't see the fire, but you can still smell it. And know that all these cameras are linked together. So if you go into Walmart, their camera system is going to facially recognize you. And if you got a high level search on you, they're going to find you. So you got to stay out of the city, away from all those cameras. Let me tell you something else too. Oh, this us old all-American preppers. We like game cameras. Got a few of them myself. I can look on my phone and see what's going on outside my house. So watch out for game cameras. That is where wearing a mask will come in. You know, if you wear a mask and you walk by a game camera, and when a hunter comes along, and if he's not watching over his phone, which a lot of them can now, but if he's just checking the pictures in there, he's just going to see somebody with a mask. He isn't going to see America's Most Wanted. Just going to see, oh, well, that's just another hunter trespassing on my property. And that can be serious too. You know, us country boys, we are very territorial. So don't get caught in somebody else's hunting stand, or you may become the hunted. I know I got my hunting stuff set up on private property, and I've been putting corn out, and I plant plants that I know the animals are going to eat, and I do that all year long, waiting for hunting season. So if I come in there and there's someone sitting in my stand, I'm not going to say what I'm going to do, but let's just say it's going to get real quick. I'm gonna go home with some meat. Either way. But we're headed in a bad direction. I got some weird feelings about what's going on. I don't want to go political, because oh, that's how you lose subscribers, and I'm doing this to try to help people. I really don't care if you're Republican, if you're Democrat. I really don't care right now. What I care about is this economical collapse is coming, and me trying to keep you alive and telling you how to do it. And it may come down to you staying in a tent, hiding in the woods, because that's the only place you're going to be able to be without getting bothered and harassed and someone trying to rob you. Just be careful what property you go on. If you see game cameras, and you need to look around, if you see game cameras, you better get the hell out of there. even if you got no warrants or nothing, because that hunter, he's going to come and he's going to be pissed off. I promise you, because I am one. If I see someone on my property, I'm going to be very angry, messing up my hunt. So when you're stealth camping, you really need to go on some land that's not hunted. If you see tree stands and signs of hunters, you better get the hell out of there. You may end up in a deliverance situation. Yeah, I'm that old, but for you young guys, watch the movie Deliverance, and you might think twice about going out there in them woods. Squeal like a pig, boy. Anyway, so just regular stealth camping, you still can't build a fire. They're going to smell that smoke. So you got, and water is heavy. That's why I recommend water purification tablets or some bleach or some iodine, so you don't have to boil the water. And that's where watching my other videos and learning how to forage comes in. Now, if it's not that crucial to where you can have a fire, that's a luxury. That's nice, because then you can just boil your water. Then you can hunt small game. You know, one of the most effective traps there is for me hunting small game is a large rat trap. You drill a hole in it, you run a strong string to it, tie it to a tree, put you some bait on there. When the animal comes up to get the food, snap! It's got their leg. And you got the animal. But if you don't tie it to something, it's going to just carry your rat trap off. Now, be ethical. Don't be an asshole. You know, check your traps regularly, because that's my last way to hunt. Because I don't like trapping stuff. I will, and I got nothing against it. Just me personally, I just don't feel good about it. But I will do whatever I have to survive. And rat traps and snares, that stuff's hunting while you're just laying at your camp. And then you will need a fire to cook that stuff, or you're liable to catch something. But like I said, don't bust a trail. Don't leave tracks. Keep a low profile. If you're just a regular person, you know, and Big Brother isn't looking for you, and you're just haven't totally given up on society, I recommend, you know, you wake up, you go to a store, you go in their bathroom, you wash up real good, even maybe get your razor and shave, and find you a job, get you a source of income. You know, because when you're stealth camping, it doesn't cost anything. So if you limit what you spend your money on, beans and rice really is the way to go, and spaghetti noodles is another good one. Save your money, save your money, save your money. And then when you get enough money saved up, you know, do what you need to do. If it's you need to rent you an apartment, if it's you need to get your vehicle fixed. It's really hard to stealth camp in a vehicle. You know, you can park at Walmart parking lots and things like that, but eventually you will get harassed. And if Big Brother's looking for you, they're going to run your name. They're going to know who you are. And then they got you. But what I try to tell my friends, Because I do have some friends that cannot stay out of prison. I don't understand that. I mean, I've been in trouble myself a few times, but these guys, they just can't stay out of prison. And when they do get out of prison, they tell me, oh, well, so-and-so didn't say this, or so if people would keep their mouths shut, I wouldn't have went to prison. Well, my answer to that is, if you don't want to go to jail, don't break the law. And then hopefully you won't go to jail. Hopefully. So if you don't want to go to jail, don't break the law. I've been a law-abiding citizen for a long time. I haven't, knock on wood, I haven't even gotten a traffic ticket in over 10 years. And I ride a Harley as fast as it will go. I just think, I don't know. I guess I've been lucky. Because if you're going, I think it's 23 or 28 miles an hour, somewhere in there, over the speed limit, that's a felony, buddy. You're going to jail. So I've been lucky with that. So I will make some videos where I take you out in the field and actually demonstrate these things. But this is just a start. I'm starting a lot of things, you know, how to eat cheap, how to live off the grid, how to stealth camp, escape and evade. You know, a lot of people, they carry a handcuff key with them. Well, I don't know about other states, but down here in Florida, you know, having a handcuff key on your person, that's a felony. Thanks to Hank Earl Carr, that fool. But anyway, going to escape and evade and shoot people and then shoot himself. I don't understand that. So this video's getting some minutes on it, and I don't want to have you shut me off. So with those little tips, you're already off to a good head start. And I'll make some videos on actually showing you how to do this stuff. I'm just telling you how to do it now. That way you can get prepared. Always have your stuff ready. My go bag is to get gone quick if, for whatever reason, you know, the country ain't got to be collapsing for STF. You know, everybody can have their own personal STF. So, and I know I repeat myself a lot on these videos, but I got to say it one more time. If you don't want to go to jail, don't break the law. With that, we'll go in depth. Don't build a fire in the woods. You heard it all. You can watch this video again. That's your first step. In my next video, we'll cover more on it. But I got to keep them under 30 minutes. Nobody seems to last over 30 minutes. With that, have a good day. The All-American Prepper. And like I said, if you're hiding in my woods, I will find you, boy. So don't go to my woods. With that, have a good day.